What is this? Where's the router gone? Right, okay. Okay, I think people are just going to trickle in. So this is the situation we're in. And why am I saying the word situation? Well, that's exactly what it is. So the gearbox that I've now rotated, it was in this position here, position 1. It's now it's going to be in this position, position 2. And what I've found out is if I have the oil intake pipe left in position 1, whilst rotating the gearbox, and bear in mind this is where about the level of the oil is going to be, the pipe is going to be up here. So it's going to be up out of the oil, and then when I run the gearbox, it's going to essentially starve all the gears of oil. There's got to be no oil pressure, so I won't be able to change, put into forward or reverse, and it's going to give us this problem here. So I've got to open up the gearbox right now, take off the drive shaft, take off the lathe shaft, take off all this stuff, get to this oil pipe, take the oil pipe out, and then we'll go from there. And that's pretty much it for this evening. So we're essentially doing a giant lock-in right now. Or just go on for as long as it takes, because that's how we go. So yeah, it sounds simple. And thanks to PRM, I've been given all these drawings. So this is a side view. So this is a side view of the gearbox. Here's the oil pipe here. And so I've basically got to get into it from the inside. There's gears and stuff all above here. So all this is all gears up here. I've got to take all this off, get into it from the top here, and then and just see what we'll see. But this one, I've never opened up a gearbox before, so this one's got to be interesting. Right. Okay, bell housing coming off. Bloody hell, that's tight. that is in really tight. Oh shit. That's off. Alright, where's that wedge? Okay. Right. Come on, you big bastard. Okay. I'll get around this side. Just want to prop that up a little bit. Okay. Simple. So, right. Ooh. That was suspiciously easy. Okay. I need to lift this up. Just one giant balancing act. Power of Grayskull. Holy shit. Come on. You big. Actually, hold on. I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be. Like usual. Come on. Okay, that's better. At least I thought it was. Okay, I'm hoping that'll catch it. That's better. The drip. Drain the oil. I That's filling up quick. That is filling up very quick. That is filling up. Tell you what, why don't I turn it on its side a little? Fuck. Yeah, that's a great fucking start. Excuse my French. Damn it. The paperwork is saved, fortunately. I knew I'd do this. Why do I always do this? Perfect. Just gonna fish that out. Beautiful. Okay. All right, job one done. Where did that go? So now I've got to take off the oil pump. That's about right. So hopefully with this off, I can at least get to the top of the casing. All right. Two. It's got to need a spanner. Three. Spanner. trying to get this. Who designed this? Okay, that might go. Yeah, man, I can feel it. I better not go. Come on, come on. Just give me one turn. If I ever get to design my own gearbox, I'm definitely going to make it so the screws are actually, or the bolts are actually, you can get to it from above, especially in a boat. Come on. Come. Ah, yeah, it's getting there now. There we go. I've got to clean up that oil. Yep. Okay. Wow. So that's the oil pump housing right there. There should be, hold on. There should be a couple of shims. Yeah. So these shims are important to keep. I have to keep those. I can't lose those, and they've got to go in the same order because these basically keep the correct tolerance for the drive shafts. So if I accidentally lose these at any point, it's going to need re-shimming, which I don't want to do. But that's the oil pump. So that drives the oil all around the gearbox, all around the drives. Just make sure everything keeps cool, but it also provides the hydraulic pressure needed to actually change the gears. Oh, I've also got to remember the correct orientation of that as well. So, which way was it on? It was on like that. So if we just remember that orientation, because if I put it on upside down, it's not going to work. It's going to need new O-ring seals as well. That is completely knackered. Oh man, yeah, as is that one. Okay. Fortunately, I've got an O-ring seal kit. Let's move you around. Okay, next off, shaft end cover. Right here, 2 bolts. Flipping heck, who's put these on? Okay. Yeah, well done, Tim. Well done, mate. Nice, nice. Shot floor. I'm going to have to apologise for this one. Yeah, they really did not want that coming off. Okay, second one. Now this is going to probably need some prizing off because the paint, oh, that's all right. I was going to say they painted over it. Okay. That's interesting. Oh shit. Yeah, so those are the shims I was talking about. Safe and sound. And that's going to need a new O-ring seal because that one's absolutely knackered. So these here are the two drive shafts. You've got what's called the drive shaft on the right hand side here and the lay shaft on the left hand side. I'm just going to take this O-ring seal off. Okay, and now we're going to start on the valve block. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's way too big. 12 or 13. Perfect. Yeah, so valve block's got to come off. Now when the valve block's off, I'll take the dipstick out and the entire top half of the gear casing can lift off. Right, hold on. How many bolts holding this? 1, 2, 5 and then one retaining nut. Flipping it. I think they've used thread locker on these. Flipping it. Come on. And all these bolts are of different height, I think. Yeah, they are. So I've got to remember which one. Right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to lay them out in the order that they need to go back in. And then I don't forget which goes where. Don't hear this paint getting inside the actual gearbox. It's actually looking pretty good. Yep. I can't wait to see what's going on inside here. From the look of the oil, it looks like there's some metal shards in there, so it could be a horror show. $15, I think. 15? Yeah. I'm guessing this retaining nut, the spindle is probably the entire length or depth of the gearbox housing. What do I hold? God almighty. Right, where's my miracle tool? My little friend. Just give it a little tap, that might. Come on. Can't be defeated by one. Holy jeez. What I don't want is the spindle start turning with the nut, which it's not right now. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all of them off. So technically now I should be able just to lift this valve block off. Where's the... Hello? Oh, hello. Now there will be a... Oh, hold on. I'll just save that as well. Now there will be... Oh, I can smell it already. Old oil. But there will be a sheet of gasket paper under this, I think. Yeah, there it is. I love that. I just love seeing stuff like that. It's all perfectly routed out, perfectly machined. That is good, that. I like it. So that is the valve block. So again, you can replace this all in one piece if you've got any issue with it. And it's all externally mounted. So this, actually I'm going to put these with its own bolts. Right, I'm going to loosen the dipstick because I'm not sure which one was this mounted before. I don't know which one of these is the dipstick, but we're going to find out. 19, bit bigger. Yeah. It might be this one here. So you can even, yeah, you can sort of see that. Let's have a look. Oh no. Okay, so that's the blank. So that makes sense because the engine was on the other side. So I'm just gonna finger tighten that. So it'll be this one over here. This is the one. Oh. There we go. Da-da-da. It's crazy to believe, like, the engines and everything depends on being on these gearboxes running in the configuration I want them to run in. Okay, yeah. So even the dipstick, I'll have to replace this for a shorter version that PRM do supply. Because otherwise, if I use this dipstick and have the gearbox essentially turned over, it's going to give me a false reading when I do come to top it up with some oil. So that'll have to be changed as well. But I'm just going to finger tighten now. I just want to keep all these flecks of old paint and dust out of the gearbox. So I'm going to use that as a little cover. And now the big one. I've got to take off the casing. Yeah, paint. Oh, yeah. What? Where's the miracle tool? Just little taps. Bloody hell. Come on. Holy hell. I am using a torque wrench when I come to tighten these up. I swear these have been over torqued. Holy shit. It's too late in the day for this. Come on. Yes. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Do it the hard way. Need a longer handled wrench. Have I got that big long handles? Size I need to go down to. C14. Okay. No. There we go. Jesus. Okay. I just don't want to damage this gasket paper either. I probably should have thought of this before. I should have left the valve block on before I'd actually, until I'd done this. Live and learn. There we go. Ah, you see, you got the right tool. You're fine, aren't you? Right. Da da da. Okay, right, so that's the casing bolt. Four. One more. Okay, so that's off. Leaving just this last one, which I may or may not have forgotten about. I absolutely did not forget about this one. Let's clog the paint. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Jeez, okay, grinding. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na. Right. Yeah. Well, I was. Let's make sure it definitely should come out. Remove the 7 bolts securing the gear case top half and lift it clear. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's fine. Right. So it should. So this top half should now lift off completely, just clear it straight off. Okay. Oof. Okay, I'll take the dipstick out. Don't want to damage anything that internally by keeping that in. Alright, right, and then just what, just lift or? I feel like it needs a bit of a tap or something. Oh, jeez. Got my. Just want to see if it's just a tiny little. Where's the? Let's grab my scraper. Hold on. It's gotta be. Oh yeah, like a little seam just on there. It's all this paint that's coating it. They just spray painted over the top. Okay. I don't want to damage the flange, otherwise it'll just start leaking for real. Oh yeah, that's starting to come up. High pressure situation. It wants to move, but okay, that's a good start. So that's the oh, made in Japan. Ah, Japan EL. Right, so that was over the bearings, and I don't know what you call that. It's like a bearing shroud or something, or a cowl. Right, so that's left-hand side, which means this one will probably also come off as soon as I start to lift. Yeah, it definitely wants to come up. Let's see if this will... Actually, I've got a great idea. I'm going to use these. So, that was here. And that was here. Okay. So if I just sort of tease them up a bit. Yeah, that's starting to loosen. Okay. Oh. Come on. You can do it. Oh, almost took my finger off. Okay. The shafts, for some reason, are sticking to this top half of the casing. So it's dragging it down as I'm trying to pull it up. Why are you doing that? Why are you wanting to do that? Let me just see if I can... Please. Okay, there's one shaft. Come on, please. Please be good. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Second shaft, okay. Right. The big one. One there. Come on. Oh, I heard something. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That sounds terrible, but it's okay. Actually, that's not good. Okay. It's brought up the whole shaft. That is lucky. That could have gone really badly. Okay. That was seriously lucky. That could have ruined the whole day. without falling out on. It really didn't want to come out, did it? Why isn't this one? Right. Miracle tool, 1 second. Just come out of there. Come on. A little waiting. Holy fuck me. What's going on here? I mean, I don't understand this at all. I don't know why. It just doesn't want to. Come on. Where do you want to go? What is that? Can't be anything to do with like a. So, that was really lucky. That could have gone totally the wrong way. So these are meant to stay, well done Tim, these are meant to stay in the casing when you lift it off. Like so. Still, they do look good. They do look good. "45-year-old, you won't be able to tell." Right. Bloody hell. So, drive shaft, lay shaft. So I was going to take this drive shaft out first with the circlip. Okay, let's put this somewhere nice and safe. It's not going to get destroyed. And the lay shaft. Okay, I can see the pipe already. I don't believe it. So the pipe is in the right place already. Yeah. I didn't have to do any of that. It's in exactly the right place. Da, 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 da. There it is. So this thing here is the intake pipe. So this is sucking up from the bottom all the oil. It'll go into the oil pump here, and then that will run all around the gears and up to the cooler and then back again. Now on the plans, it should be up around here. So there's like a cut, there's like an adapter to it, and it's up here somewhere, because back then the gearbox would have been turned over on its side. Now it's turned back this way. But that is exactly where I need the pipe to be. I can't believe they lied to me. They lied to me in the plans, PRM. I was kind of hoping they weren't, because I kind of wanted to swap this with the other gearbox. Because the other gearbox I've already done. And that's the other gearbox. And that pipe is wrong. So I do need to change that pipe somehow. I'll probably have to lengthen it or something. But that's what a PRM gearbox looks like on the inside, in case you were wondering. Now I've just got to put it all back together. I can't believe it. All of that work. I've created all this mess. At least it means I can change the seals as well. I can change them. They need changing. But yeah, that's there is the short diddy pipe from the other one. So that's from the other gearbox that I disassembled earlier today, which won't reach. So in the new orientation that I want these gearboxes, this one's no good. I need to like either weld an extension or do a compression fitting or something like that on there. And this one is absolutely fine. I don't know why they just don't do them all like this. Yeah, that's perfect. So that one's not going to starve of oil in either orientation. Where is it? Because that's how they said it was going to look, with this bend in it. So as we're looking at the gearbox, that's what it would look like, with this L-shaped bend, which would put it above the oil line. But what they've actually done is just done a straight pipe there, which is exactly how I want it. So it was horizontal, now it's vertical. To be honest, it probably would have been, it was always going to be fine there. Yeah. And that's the other one. So that one is the short. So this one is a short little diddy one. Right there. And of course, that is now fine. Because what my thinking was, I was gonna take this coupling off here, take this little bend, and then either completely switch it out for the other gearbox, so it would replace that, or at least take this bend and the coupling, add it to that, and just extend this with an extra length. which I now can't do. So I've got one good gearbox and one bad one. Still though, I mean, it looks in good nick. I can tell it's mineral oil they've used, which is good. Okay. Who wants to watch me reassemble a gearbox? And clean up a load of spilt oil. We're going to kill you in the morning. Just can't remember where all this went to. Okay. Made in, yeah, it's all made in Japan. Made in Japan. It's like Mitsubishi or something. Someone's going to say now that's what the BMC engine is based on. It's probably based on a Mitsubishi engine. So it needs to go back opposite way it went in. That's what came out first. This one came out second. So that comes back in there. That goes back in there. I just love how it all meshes together as well, though. Spoke to a gearbox guy. He said, oh, I don't touch them. He says, I've never, he says, in all my life of working with gearboxes, I've never cracked into a PRM gearbox. I should go into the gearbox refurbishment business. or not. So that cover goes over there and just sits nicely in there. Can't believe it. It's 45 years old. I mean, the teeth are in great condition, mostly. It just needs a good flush through. It looks like it hasn't had an oil change for a little while. Okay. Drive shaft. So this. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I'm going to get this all wrong here. So that can go out there. That's the circlip, so I've got to be pretty careful with that. Let everything mesh together. Beautiful. So this circlip, it's just got to push in. And now I'm just going to retain everything. That I'm actually going to take off, I don't want to damage that. That's the input shaft bearing. Where did I put the bearing shroud? I took it, and then I put it safely somewhere. Not there. Where did I put it? Nope. Flip it over here. Oh God, I am losing it. I took. There's that one. There's that one. Where's the other one? No. I want to put it there. I remember I put it somewhere clean. I wonder if I moved it anywhere around here. Come on, don't do this to me. Where is it? Retrace some steps. There, I didn't put it around here. Not there. Not there. Where is it? It's not in the gearbox, is it? It's not in the casing. That's all the oily stuff. It's like in Mike Bassett, England manager. Where are the balls? Danny, where are the balls? Come on lads, where are the balls, eh? Where are the balls? Where's my bearing cowl? I can put that back on. Actually, hold on. Yeah, that's it. Oh crap. No, I didn't. I didn't put it anywhere safe, did I? It dropped down here and didn't pick it up. Tim, you lazy get. Flipping heck. Honestly, it looks like this could go for another 45 years. As soon as I told PRM about this gearbox, they were like, hold on. They said, that's a 45-year-old gearbox. They said, why don't you just buy a new one? We'll sell you a new one for like $3,500. So yeah, but there's nothing wrong with this one. Just got to, it's got to be a bit patient. That's all. It's got to be a bit patient. I just don't want to. See, this is what I don't want. A fleck of paint on the bearings. Okay. That's going to go back on. Come on. This is a first as well. No one has ever demonstrated taking one of these apart live, ever. I'm definitely flushing this through with some decent transmission oil. Just give it a really good flush. And then I'm going to go in the gearbox refurbishment business. Okay. Okay. So I know that the oil intake pipe is good on this one. So the top cover can now go on, which is over there. Yep. Just want to oily rag. Flecks of spray paint. And bits of silicone. Yeah, it went on this way, right? So, final checks. Circlips are in. Drives back in where it needs to be. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing, no other missing parts. So now that goes straight over. This is going to be a hard bit now. I've got to align these valve inlets with the holes perfectly. Come on, come on, yep. Come on. Don't like that. What's wrong? Something's wrong. Talk to me, Goose. I think we've got a problem. The O-rings look fine. Oh, nope. Just moving a little bit. There you go. There we go. There we go. Yep. Why is it not going on? That's look pretty well lined up. Let me just I wonder if there is and fair enough, it is a hell of a tight fit. Oh! That's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's like I was saying, it's a tight fit. Jeez. Right, there we go. Dipstick. I'm going to have to check now if this is the right dipstick. It can't be though. It can't be. I'll have to check it. I think the proper dipstick is shorter than that for vertical orientation. I think it is. I'll check. But for now, I'll just leave that there. The important thing is, once I've changed the O-ring seals, even before I do that, it can go back on the engine now. So the great thing is I can mount this gearbox to the engine in the correct orientation, because all the O-ring seals that need replacing are all externally located. Yeah, look, it's just coming off in bits. That seal's completely had it. So I think this engine and this gearbox are good. The other engine, I've got the drive shaft to put on. Hold on, wait a minute, which is what's going to get me as well. These are the bolts. Let's give these a bit of a clean. Yeah, these bolts are pretty horrible. Actually, I was going to give this a bit of fresh grease as well. There we go. So that's going back on. Oh man, what a way to spend a Wednesday evening. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to put all this back together. I'm going to find something, like a circlip or something. Okay, I'll do that finger tight. Good. Right, that's on. Four. 5. 6. Yeah. Oh shit, hold on. Just thought of something. If I put that Oh no, it should be right. I'll line it up then. I'm just thinking about the oil pump. It's got to sit in the groove, and the groove's now misaligned because I've taken all the shafts and turned them around and everything. I can line it up. I think I can line it up. One thing I've got to think about is the breather nut, which I think is going to go there. At the moment it's blanked off because you don't need it apparently when it's in horizontal, but for vertical, to stop overpressure, I think that one right there becomes a breather nut, and that's currently just a blanking nut on that top case, I think. Alright, I'm going to torque these up properly when I've got my torque wrench on me. So for now, I'm just going to get them a little bit tight. Okay, so that's the casing. Oh, hold on. That's the casing back on. Valve block. I do really like that. Top quality British engineering at its finest right there. Just gonna make sure now. Just tiny flecks of paint. There we go. Right. There we go. That's on. Let's get the nut. You can imagine doing this like in a boat, in an engine room or an engine bay or whatever, with a tiny amount of space. There's no hope. Finger tight. Okay, so that one goes at the back, the longest one. Come on. Ah, there we go. Got it. And that one. And that one at the front. Yeah, I got the wrong size socket on that. Yeah, I was never going to turn, was it? Yeah, well done. You're clever. You're very clever. I was wondering why that wasn't. Oh, God. I'm tired. I'm just tired. That's all it is. So, why isn't that turn? This one definitely is. Right, get the other two. Where's the clip? Clip. Where put the clip? Clip. It is a miracle I'm able to get anything done. The way my mind works. That was to that. Okay, now I've genuinely have lost it. Had it here. Ah, there it is. Oh, shit. Ah, I don't believe it. That proves it. Why do I do these things? Why do I do these things? Okay. Will that affect anything? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I think it's okay. Although, So what I've done is I've put, so this this case was not originally to this gearbox. I've accidentally swapped the two top half of the cases around with the other gearbox. So this technically belonged to the gearbox, but they're identical. So fucking hell, I don't believe it. To take it all off again and put it all back on. See, I knew it. I knew I was going to screw up. Well, no, it's not going to affect anything, is it? Because A, they're identical, and B, it won't affect the shims in any way because it doesn't affect how the drives are sighted in the gearbox. Yeah, it doesn't affect. If I was to swap the oil pump and the shaft end plate around by accident, that would be a big problem because they would directly affect the tolerances for the drive shafts. But I think because it's the case, I think I'm okay. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think it's going to cause any issues. And it fits like a glove. No. Again, I'm just going to do these pretty tight and then torque them up properly with my torque wrench when I get it. There we go. Yeah, because like stuff like the valve block and everything, that's completely interchangeable. So yeah, I think it's fine. I'm gonna say it's fine. Let's do this retaining up. The gearbox explodes, I know it won't. Let's just check them. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Now the oil pump. Which way around did that go? Now, well, to be honest, I don't think it's worth putting this on. That's interesting. There's actually a little bit, just a tiny bit of damage to that actually, that flange. A few score marks on it. Because the seals are knackered anyway, I might leave this off just for now. And then grab a sealing kit, seal replacement kit in the morning. But I'm pretty sure it went on that way. Yeah, it went on that way, didn't it? Like that. It didn't go on that. It didn't go on that way. Because we'll notice that. It went on like that. Whoosh. Careful, you. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll just hold it on just so there's no, the shims are there. So if I just pop that on, will it allow, whoosh. There we go. See, the problem is, I'm going to have to turn. So, because this notch, hold on. can anyone see there? Can anyone actually see anything there? I guess just take my word for it. There's a notch here. So I need to turn this shaft. Is that it? Because why? It's the lay shaft, isn't it? There we go, yeah. Yeah, right, okay. So that notch there just needs to line up with a notch on the spindle, because that's what drives this pump. Lovely and clean. I'm working in sterile conditions. So that just needs to turn. There. That's it there. Now, if I can turn the way, I really hope. I feel like it wants to go. So if I just turn the drive shaft. There we go, it's on. But okay. I really am just going to do these finger tight. And tomorrow I'll replace the rubbish seals. Not even going on. And the fourth one is under here somewhere. There we go. Okay, and then that end plate. Yeah, again, ideally that needs to go as well. The seal. I'll replace that. Which way does that go? Okay, let me just deduce this. It went that way. It went that way. Small one. Yeah, these things aren't that scary once you take it apart. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's like a Formula One team. Like a really terrible Formula One team. Okay. So that is the gearbox back together. We know the pipe is okay in that one. So all I've got to do is change the seals in the oil pump, change the seal in there, torque up all these, and then attach the bell housing, and then it's going back on the engine. And now I've got the other one to do. Right. Okay, right. Before you. Oh. And then all I've got to do is then just work out how I can extend this. I'll either weld a longer section onto it, or maybe a compression fitting. It's 19 millimeters, 3/4 of an inch. But that'll come later. Grand. Right, we're done. We are done. All right. Well, thanks for being here, both of you. Yeah. Till next time.